Welcome. My name is Steve Hauser, and as the 2016-17 American Heart Association President, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Councils on Atherosclerosis, Thrombosis, and Vascular Biology and Peripheral Vascular Diseases 2017 Scientific Sessions. Thank you so much for taking time out of your extremely busy lives and joining my colleagues in Minneapolis, and for sharing your ideas, your expertise, and your passion for knowledge advancement. By building knowledge, we move closer each day to new solutions that impact patients' lives in meaningful and enduring ways. Our program features outstanding presentations from experts in the fields of atherosclerosis, thrombosis, vascular biology, peripheral vascular disease, vascular surgery, and functional genomics research. I joined the American Heart Association as a volunteer in 1979. When I reflect on what has kept me involved and engaged with an organization for nearly 4 decades, it's the science, what we do to improve lives every day, and the people. Nothing makes me more proud than interacting with my outstanding colleagues. I'd like to give special recognition to several of them right now. The Council on Atherosclerosis, Thrombosis, and Vascular Biology's leaders, Dr. Stephen Lentz, the Chair, Dr. Mary Sorcy Thomas, the Council's Vice Chair, and the Council on Peripheral Vascular Disease Chair, Dr. Joshua Beckman, and Council Vice Chair, Dr. Aruna Pradhan. Would you join me in a round of applause for all of them? I also want to acknowledge the program committee members who have worked so hard to make this week's remarkable conference possible. The committee is led by Chair Dr. Philip Sau and Vice Chair Dr. Nancy Webb. Please join me in a round of applause for them and their committee. It's been another great year for the ATVB and PVD councils. The councils are working on growing their membership, delivering outstanding programming, and increasing the reach and impact of their work. At this meeting, we are pleased to host members and not yet members alike. For you not yet members, I extend to you a personal invitation to join. Visit the AHA membership booth and join here. Join now. As I mentioned, I joined the AHA as a member nearly 4 decades ago, and have found that the American Heart Association is the richest source of cardiovascular science and news developed by our fellow leaders in the field. Professional membership in the AHA directly advances our shared mission to build healthier lives free of cardiovascular disease and stroke by focusing on and supporting the science required to do so. Over its 93-year history, the AHA continues to be true to its scientific roots, funding more cardiovascular research than any organization aside from the government. Last fiscal year, we funded over $140 million in new research. Since 1949, we funded more than $4 billion in cardiovascular research. AHA has funded 13 Nobel Prize winners and numerous scientific breakthroughs. AHA conferences like these train thousands of healthcare professionals and set scientific treatment guidelines that are followed nationwide. It's our professional members who lead decision-making in health policy, treatment protocols, prevention recommendations, and more. With their leadership, we publish more than 30 scientific statements each year, and they make valuable contributions to American Heart Association journals. No other organization is having the impact on actually improving outcomes from cardiovascular disease and stroke. And no other organization has the professional and community recognition the AHA has earned. Life is why. Science, research, and patient care is how our members make it happen. Join today and be a part of this exciting work. Our science leaders are also working to drive us closer to our 2020 impact goal of reducing cardiovascular diseases and stroke deaths among all Americans by 20%, while also improving the health of all Americans by 20%. We're well on our way to achieving the mortality portion of the 2020 goal. Through the first half decade of work toward these goals, we've already seen a decrease of 14.9% in deaths from cardiovascular disease and a 16.1% decrease in deaths from stroke. Relative to the cardiovascular health portion of the goal, however, the news is mixed. There is improvement in smoking and physical activity in children and adults. There is an improvement in glucose management and hypertension control in children, and there has been an improvement in the cholesterol levels and healthy diet scores in adults. But there has been a worsening of BMI in kids and adults, a worsening of cholesterol management in children, and a worsening of blood pressure and glucose control in adults. So our work is still cut out for us. In addition to individual research awards, we have embarked on a bold new initiative to transform the future of cardiovascular medicine. This past fall, we announced our $75 million One Brave Idea Award recipient who could lead us to the end of coronary heart disease. Dr. Callum McRae of the Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston and his interdisciplinary team of experts will conduct a multi-phased research project to uncover new genetic, molecular, and cellular markers associated with coronary heart disease, which could be used to screen the population at large to identify individuals at risk of developing heart disease later in life. The funding was provided by $25 million each from the HA, Verily, and AstraZeneca. Another important and innovative way we're advancing research is through our strategically focused research networks. We are funding 2 networks each year. Each network is comprised of 3 to 4 institutions working on 3 projects each that focus on one area strategic to AHA's mission. We're currently funding 7 strategically focused research networks focused on the themes of prevention, disparities, women's health, heart failure, hypertension, obesity, and children's health. The final new initiative I would like to share with you is the Institute for Precision Cardiovascular Medicine. Previously, this was named the Cardiovascular Genome-Phenome Study. The Institute is combining the power of long-term population studies with the precision of molecular analyses to unravel key distinctions between and within subgroups of patients. The discoveries it generates will point the way toward better targeted, safer, and more effective treatments based on a deeper understanding of patients' characteristics. In the past year, the Institute has funded Grand Challenge, Pathway, and Discovery Awards. The centers receiving these awards span the entire United States. That's just a small glimpse of the action-packed year in the councils on atherosclerosis, thrombosis, and vascular biology, and peripheral vascular disease, and the American Heart Association. We as an organization have accomplished much, and the people in this audience played a significant role. Thank you so much for your contributions, and thank you again for joining us. Have a great conference.